Okay,
Yes,
so
yes, sir.
welcome for the one-day training on value engineering and value analysis.
Hi,
So
hi,
my
Sachin.
name is Arjun Raj. I am a certified value specialist. It is one of the highest level of certification in the field of value engineering,
Okay,
and I am one among 14 in India. And I am also a South Zone Council member in Indian Value Engineering Society.
okay,
I will explain you about the Value Engineering Society also,
okay,
and also you can also look for some certification program that is being conducted by Society of American Value Engineering also. I
okay,
will explain you about that.
okay,
So we are here today basically to increase the value that we can provide to our clients and customers. So at the end of the day, customer is the king. So the company have to provide the value to the clients and also customers without any compromise on performance, quality, reliability, maintainability, safety, and also environmental norms. So
great.
you need to provide value without any compromise on all these parameters. This is very
Okay,
important. Uh,
yes,
it is very important. It is very important for you to achieve value without any compromise on all these parameters. And this value engineering is not a new concept, and it started during World War II, where the people are fighting in the form of land, sea, and also in air. There was a trigger that the material substitution needs to find a way during the World War II, and this value engineering had started during the World War II itself, and it is not a new concept. And this value engineering originated during World War II by, and it was been conceptualized by the person called L.D. Miles, was working in a company called GE General Electric. So L.D. Miles is called as the father of value engineering. So L.D. Miles. He's an engineer, educator, and a professional man who originated this value analysis and value engineering when he was working in a company called GE in the year 1947. And this value analysis is also called as functional analysis. It is basically we are using the analysis of function or a functional analysis to create a value to the product or an item or a project or a service. And he uses the technique called a functional analysis technique. And he's that was said to be called as father of value engineering. So you have three terms: value analysis, value engineering, and value methodology. So basically, this value methodology is the systematic process which is being used by a multidisciplinary team to improve the value of a project or a process or a service through analysis of function. So here the multidisciplinary team indicates the team from design, development, testing, sourcing, purchase, quality, supplier, consultants, voice of customer, etc. So you need to involve the multidisciplinary team to improve the value of a project through the analysis of function. So you have two terms in value methodology. One is value analysis and value engineering. So what is called value analysis? If you apply the value methodology process for the existing product or a process or a facility or service to improve the function or reducing costs, it's not necessary that only the cost is the criteria, but the necessity is that to improve the function or to maintain the function. I will explain you what is function and what is cost or resource. Value engineering is generally the applying this value methodology to improve the value through analysis of function for the new products. That is, if you want to launch the product in the year 2021 April, then if you are carrying out the value methodology process for that particular product or a project, then this value engineering is applicable. Simple term I can take for your own product, what you are manufacturing currently. If you do any value methodology, that is called value analysis. If you are doing any value methodology for your new products, which will get launched in the year next year or this year after 6 months or 1 year, then that term is called as value engineering. So why we need to use this value methodology or value engineering? Basically, you need to save time, save money, build teamwork with the help of cross-functional team, as I said earlier. So, and main motto is also to improve the quality. We should not do value methodology by compromising the quality. So at the end of the day, you need to satisfy the customer, who is called as a king. So here the time and money indicates a resource. So we need to save resource so that we can increase their value. So here a lot of value like political value, social value, judicial value, religious value, economic value, etc. So for the engineering term, economic value is very important. And this economic value is dealing with four type of value. One is the cost value, next is exchange value, extreme value, and the use value. So cost value is the one if you're buying any product, it can be a vehicle or any laptop or a refrigeration or a TV. The customer have to feel the worth of the particular product. They need to see the value in it with respect to the cost and the worth. Worth is nothing but the lowest cost to get the product. So the cost and the worth gap should be lesser so that the customer will feel the cost value in the product. Suppose you said your company is manufacturing some of the high pressure die casting product to some of the OEMs and some other customers. So you need to provide the cost value to the customer such a way you are also providing the worth to the customer. The gap between the cost and worth should be lesser so that the customer will feel the cost value for your products. So it is very important. And the next one is exchange value. Suppose if you are buying any vehicle and after 5 years, if you want to sell that particular vehicle, you want the do you have any doubt?
Yeah, please explain the cost value again. I couldn't get it.
Okay. Okay. So cost value is the one like you have some. You can tell some of your product. I can give you in that way example. Can you tell your product some any of your product?
It's a rotor which we use magnetic clutch which we use in car aircon.
Okay, magnetic
Rotor,
clutch. Okay.
yes, rotor is the part. If you
Okay.
want drawing, I can share if you want.
Okay. Maybe can I give you control?
Yeah, yeah. I think the screen I can share. So drawing I can share to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope. Just hold on.
You can interact with me in between because you can I can give training related to your company product.
Right, right, right.
Maybe we can take one some complex product of your company. Maybe we can see how we can look for reducing the cost for your product. Maybe we can take that as also in case study today. We can carry out.
Okay. I'm not able to share the screen. I think controls are not
Yeah,
there.
I will give you the control one second. I will stop sharing it. I will stop sharing it.
Yes, no.
You can share it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to see the product?
Can you zoom it? Zoom it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So what is this product? This is the magnetic clutch, right?
Yeah, we call it rotor.
Okay. So this rotor goes to the magnetic clutch.
Yes.
Okay.
Material for this is low carbon steel, SAE 1010, and
One
it is
second.
be
What is the material name?
SAE 1010, the low carbon steel.
Okay. Can you go down? Actually, I will see that material also.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you zoom it? Yeah. So this is low carbon steel. Okay. SAE 1010. Okay. And can you go to the description? Go up. Yeah. Go up. So it's okay. Subras is your customer, right?
Subaru is customer. Yes.
Yeah, good. And can you go up? Yeah. Please hold. So it is also having coating in it.
Yes, ED coating.
Okay. And misting process of small and chip rubber surface roughness. You need to achieve the surface roughness.
Surface roughness is required on one face where clutch engages. That at that point, some roughness is required. This RJ25 you might be able to see.
Mm. Okay. And what about this PPM and cleanliness requirement for your products?
As this part, PPM is not mentioned for us because they are washing before assembly.
Mm.
So it is not for us, but definitely dust should not be there. Visible dust.
Okay. Okay. Sure. And cleanliness requirement, like for using granulometry and gravimetry technique, you will find some ppm, right, for your product.
Yes.
uh,
For this, no special requirement.
okay. So this part goes to the this rotor goes to the magnetic clutch, which is being manufactured by Subros.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And they are supplying to whom? Which OEM they are supplying?
Majorly to Maruti.
Okay, that's a AC
And yes,
this is
yes,
a comp
yes, it is being mounted on compressor, AC compressor.
AC compressor. Okay.
Yes, yes. For engagement and disengagement from engine power transmission.
Okay. Okay. And you also manufacture any pumps in your company? Do you manufacture any pumps?
Pump we are not manufacturing, but some pump housing we are giving from our die casting plant.
Okay. So which means you are not doing any new product design and all. Like whatever the design you are getting from the customer.
Yes.
Okay. So you are not doing any design in your company.
No, we are not doing any design currently.
Okay. Basically, you are doing manufacturing.
Yes, built to print.
Development. Okay. How about the turnover of your company?
Turnover is 300 crores. 3,000,
Oh,
sorry.
oh, good, good.
300 crores.
Okay, good. So 3,000 crore means is basically 300 million company.
Hmm.
Okay. So you want to do only this product you are looking, or some other products also you are looking?
Um, I was not aware that any product specific decision is going to be happen. Otherwise, I could have discussed with Tripathi and which product we should go ahead
Okay,
with.
no problem. What we'll do, maybe uh, after the first session, maybe you can just take some product,
Mhm.
and we will see how we can improve the value to the particular product. Okay, you take time. Okay, maybe after some time, some half an hour gap I will give you, so that we can. Otherwise, during lunch time also you can check it.
Okay.
Yeah, we will take some product and we will see how we can look for it.
Okay. Should I stop sharing?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Okay. So as I said, you have four type of value in economic value. First one is the cost value. So if you are manufacturing the rotor, you need to. What is the cost of the rotor, like approximately? How much it comes?
Uh, our sell price is almost 200 rupees, 200 pounds.
Okay. When you are saying 200 rupees, the Subros company have to feel that the worth is also equal to that of cost. But it is highly impossible to provide the worth equal to cost, because you will also add a profit into it. But value you can define as a ratio between uh, cost by worth. Okay. When the value, sorry, it is defined as the ratio between cost by worth. Okay. When value is less than one, it is called as good value. When value is greater than one, it is not a good value, because the cost is higher than the worth. Okay. So
Okay.
when I say 200, maybe you will provide some 10 to 15 percent or 10 to 20 percent as your profit. So the worth may be 180 rupees. And whether in that 180 rupees, you also need to look how you can reduce the overhead expenses, or the variable cost, or a fixed cost,
Mhm.
through analysis of functions. So you need to look for some value improvement proposal using the analysis of functions, so that we can reduce the overall cost also. So, and then you can improve the value basically.
Okay.
And the exchange value is the one. It may
So,
not be applicable for one product, but you can take as a complete assembly. It can be either the AC compressor or a complete vehicle itself. So when the particular customer is exchanging the product to get some other product, like when you're exchanging the vehicle to get the different vehicle, uh, the basically resale value. So you need to the customer have to get the value out of that. So that is nothing but the exchange value. And the esteem value, this is basically applicable for some of the customers, like where they create the logo. For example, the Audi or Benz car, the logo itself will cost 15,000 to 20,000 INR. So some customer will feel the esteem value for their product. though it may not be applicable for all the customers. Some customers will feel that they need to have the esteem value. And basically, you are also doing some coating and some aesthetics for your product. Uh, Suppose you may have different customers like Subros, and I think Subros is also having some competitor, right? Uh,
Yes, yes.
okay. Who are the competitor to Subros?
Majorly Sandal.
Okay. Okay. I will put it in another way. Suppose you have three customers, uh, and the expectation of the three customers may vary with respect to the aesthetic point of view for your product, or
Yes,
even the surface roughness, or the the quality of ppm or cleanliness may vary or may not vary, but some customer out of three, maybe one, or it's not necessary, but some people will expect that they need to have the esteem value to the product, which means with respect to the aesthetics, or with respect to the look, or even with respect to some other time, like the price also. Uh, so something like that, they will feel some esteem, they will feel some prestige for their own, for the product what they are going to get for from the uh, manufacturer. Okay. So it is not only applicable for your product, it can be for any product, like even the household or consumables or FMCG, anything you can take for that matter. So you need to see the customer normally sees the esteem value for that particular product. So if you are buying any AC made up of the manufacturer like Boostar or Samsung, etc. So what the customer will feel is that they need to have some esteem value for the air conditioning what they are going to buy. Though this esteem value is not applicable for all the customer, but this is again based on the customer specific. The last value is nothing but a use value, which means when the customer is using your product, they need to see the use, like during the course of operation. So you normally give 2 lakh kilometer as a warranty for any product. Basically, the OEM will give 2 lakh kilometer as a warranty. So I do not know the warranty for the rotor. How many? What is the warranty that you normally give? 2 years or something like 2 lakh kilometer, right?
yes,
Okay. So during the 2 lakh kilometer or 2 years of period, your product should function. Basically, it should be used by the customer. Okay,
right.
the customer should feel the use value for the particular product. So I will put in another way. Suppose if you manufacture the product which will not be used by the customer, which will not have the resale value or exchange value, which will not have the cost value, then finally this will create the low economic value to the product, and you will lose the customers. And the esteem value is again, as I said, this is a specific one. It will vary from customer to customer, and it's also the perception of the customer again. But you need to give more importance to cost value, exchange value, use value, and finally esteem value. And if the customer wants the esteem for their product, then you should also give equal importance as that of the other three value. So how you can define basically value? Value is defined as the ratio between performance of function, basically function to that of cost. Cost is nothing but a resource. So I can define value as function by resource. Rather than telling us a cost, I can define value as a ratio between function by resource. So value is defined as the ratio of performance of the required function and to that of the cost to acquire the particular function. So the cost is nothing but the overall cost or the life cycle cost, which indicates the cost of labor cost, material cost, etc. Overhead cost. So designing for the best value is same as designing to the cost target. So you should always design the product to the cost target. So your customer will give you the target or the should cost, basically should cost. So we have two type of value. One is desirable value and undesirable value. So as I was giving you the definition, value is defined as the ratio between function by resource or function by cost. Basically, nowadays cost is replaced by the term called resource, because cost is one of the resource. And again, apart from cost, even if you reduce the time, or even if you reduce some uh, the space or energy or any manpower, anything can be the resource, not only the cost. So the new definition of value is nothing but the value is the ratio between function by resource. So, but normally we think as a cost, so I am putting that as a cost, and I am indicating function in red and the cost in green. So I can increase the value by increasing the function by reducing cost. So for your product, you can increase the function. You should also look for reducing the cost. And next one is that you can keep the same function and reduce the cost. You can increase the function with the same cost. You can increase the cost, say from 200 rupees, you can increase to 220 also. But you need to ensure that the function what you are going to give should be higher than the cost. It can be with respect to the warranty or the durability or the life, the performance. If you are improving any performance, maybe the rotor. Sometimes the rotor will get some noise and all. So if you reduce the noise or something, any NVH point of view, if you do some any improvement or any the performance, if you do any improvement, because of if rotor is again hard, I can say, for a compressor. So you can also increase the performance of a compressor uh, by designing a very good rotor. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So if your product is going to improve the overall efficiency of the compressor or the performance of the compressor, then the function gets improved. But you will also invest some money to improve the performance. It can be either in the form of noise or something like that. Uh, so so you can also increase the cost or resource, but you need to ensure that you are going to give more function to the product.
Right.
So I can give some other examples with respect to the rotor, what you have taken. So you can reduce the cost from 220 to maybe even 190, also a good amount. 190 you can reduce, but you can also, it's not necessary you need to increase the function and increase the cost, but you can also provide the same function what you're going to give here with lesser cost. And then, but you should also work on the profit. At the same time, the company should also look into the own profit also. But it may be the value to the customer, but what profit value the company is having, that is very important.
Yes.
So coming back to the other type of examples like a good value and an acceptable value. So here, keeping the same function, you can also try to reduce the cost. You can also look for different type of alternative how you can reduce the cost by maybe by changing the supplier of your
The resources.
components. Yeah, and also the procurement method you can change, and also you can also change the material if you want to do. If you want, you can also reduce the weight if required, and you can do some design optimization. You can reduce the thickness, or you can reduce the overall weight. So there are n number of ways where you can reduce the cost without affecting the function.
Right.
And you can also increase the function with the same cost. With the same 200 rupees, you can also increase the. So you can find it in for your product, and you can apply this for your manufacturing process also. Even this is also applicable for non-engineering also, like finance, HR. They can
Right.
use this method for increasing the value for their work what they're going to do.
Right.
See, the customer perception is that they want the value or the quality with the lesser cost. See, I given the example here, the Tata Nano and Lamborghini car, worth of Tata Nano will be 2 lakh and this will be 5 crore. The customer expectation or the perception is that they will buy the Tata Nano car of 2 lakh worth and they will expect the performance of this Tata Nano should be equivalent to that of 5 crore Lamborghini car. But this is highly impossible and this is highly a myth. But this is normally the expectation. Okay, so you need to provide the value with the cost what you are going to achieve it. So value is defined as a ratio between function by cost, and quality is defined as the ratio between uh, performance by expectation. So value is directly proportional to quality, where function and performance is very much important, and they are also directly proportional. When you are increasing the function or when you are maintaining the function, your performance of the product is also getting it remains same or it gets increased.
Yes.
So the why I'm comparing the 2 lakh with the 5 crore is that uh, the customer normally expects they will buy 2 lakh cost and they will expect the performance or the worth to be much more higher.
Yes, yes,
So
definitely. Customer wants every time
yeah,
the performance like Lamborghini and cost should be less than Nano also.
yeah. Even you said an example of a 200 rupees of your product. So sometimes they will expect it should be 160 rupees, and they will expect even if you reduce the 160 rupees again, they will also expect the performance should be much more higher.
Yes,
So again, it's very difficult sometimes, and again that is why the cost and worth is very important, and worth is again a dynamic one. So if you have three customers, the worth may be different from different customer. Some customer will feel the cost what you are giving and worth is almost same or sometime equal, but it's very difficult to satisfy the customer with respect to cost. Any customer you take,
yes,
uh, they will not get feel satisfied. Okay, this is normally this because of the perception what that had been there already in their mind. It's very difficult to change. And it's not only your customer, even when you are going for any shopping or something like that, even we feel whether the particular product what you are buying is having the worth or not. So it is in our DNA that we always compare the worth for any product.
yes,
So again, in a larger scale, when you're taking any company, the cost will be higher, so accordingly the customer expectation will be also higher. So this is the thing. So you cannot increase more value to the product by increasing the cost, because you also have some boundaries. You cannot able to cross the boundaries. If you cross the boundaries, then what happens is that your cost gets improved or gets higher. Then ultimately you should be responsible for the company. You need to be answerable for your top management. So this is a high risk for your own company also. And the higher commitment you give to the customer, you need to achieve that commitment. So it becomes a big task for you. So better the way what you have to look is whether you can able to achieve the quality or value with the cost what had been expected, and that cost should be equal to that of worth. That will be still much more higher. So that there are other type of value called undesirable value. It is just an opposite to that of a desirable value. So here, so not cheapen the product, like reducing the cost from 200 to 160 or 150. And if you are manufacturing the rotor which will have higher noise, then and again it will fail in 1 lakh kilometer instead of 2 lakh warranty what you are going to give to the customer. And sometimes if you are compromising on the performance, So if in case if you're getting frequent failure of rotor or failure or any breakage of the tooth or something that the quality of the material is not good. Sometimes if you're doing any cheapening the product, so customer will feel happy that you reduce the price from 200 to 160, but during the testing or validation they found to be failure, then again you lose the value basically. You lose the value, and again this will have a bad impact for your own product, and your customer will not buy the product from you and they will go to your competitor. So this is a bit tricky again.
Yes.
Customer will always expect a low cost, but function what they expect is it should be either same or it should be higher, or even you can increase the cost, but they always expect the function should be higher.
Yes.
So always keep that function is the value is defined as the ratio between function by resource, not only the cost. This is the word presentation. Basically, it should be a resource in which cost is one of the resource. Time is also a resource.
Yes. So
Even the,
in cost, time, resource,
yeah,
everything comes in cost. Yes.
yeah, even energy, space, even even that also comes here. Like lot of things will be a part of that, but mostly we are dealing with life cycle cost or the overall cost for the product. So
Right.
okay, so how I can define function? Okay, function like the intent or the purpose that a product, process, facility, system, or service is expected to perform, that it will meet. One second.
Voice not coming.
Uh, if you have any doubt, you can unmute again. No problem. Um, so when I'm going to define the function, the key question what you need to ask is what does the particular product do? What does it do? What does the rotor do? What does the compressor do? What does the brake do? What does the clutch do? What does the laptop do? What does the television do? What does the refrigeration do? What does the washing machine do? What you need to ask the question, what is the function of the product? What does it do? That is the first question you need to ask basically. So here all the things, it can be a product or a process or a facility or a system or a service, it must do to satisfy the customer in terms of performance, reliability, quality, durability. So it needs to satisfy the customer in all these criteria. How I can define the function? As I said, the function is the one which needs to answer the question what does the particular product must do, or a process must do, or a project must do. But how, what is the definition of a function? The intent or a purpose that a product is expected to perform, such that the product or a process or a facility or a project will meet the need and want, what the customer need and what the customer want, it should satisfy, and it will also make that particular product to work as well as to sell. Your product, your rotor should work and also it should sell, and your rotor should meet the need of the customer, and it should also meet the want of the customer or the user. So user here is nothing but a customer. So this value methodology, as I said in the first slide, you need to achieve the value methodology or value without any compromise on performance, quality, maintenance, reliability, and safety, and also environmental norms. So here it is a step-by-step approach aimed at achieving the desired function for a product, process, system, or service at minimum cost and giving maximum value. But minimum cost may not be possible always, but you can concentrate on value. But you can concentrate on value by if you reduce the resource, or even you can increase the cost or you can increase the resource, but the function what you are going to give should be higher. And this value methodology, we are see value engineering, value methodology, and value analysis can be used interchangeably. So I can put VM also instead of VE, or but I cannot put VA or a value analysis instead of VE, because value analysis is for the existing product and value engineering for a new product. But the value methodology is applicable for both value analysis, value engineering. So I can say this value methodology, basically value methodology is having four pillars. So it's a step-by-step approach. It involves multidisciplinary team, cross-functional team, and it should be function-oriented. It should also lead to creativity and innovation. Because of this function, you will have a good innovation. I will explain you with some examples also. What functions is the customer buying? So there are some facts about the function. So what is the function of your router? Uh, uh, yeah, you can tell the function, like what is the function of your router?
Function
Uh,
of for rotor is to transmit power from engine to compressor, and when clutch engages, compressor runs, and when disengages, it stops. So main function of this is to transmit power.
okay. The rotor is again it is located inside the setter and it is mounted on the AC motor shaft, right?
It is mounted on compressor top.
Okay, and you have a shaft in that.
Yes, shaft is there. Shaft goes in the bearing of this rotor,
Hmm?
and uh, and it rotates through power.
Okay. So you need to understand what the customer want, what function the customer really want. So here the function is that your rotor should rotate along with the AC compressor shaft. So you need to
Yes.
understand what function is the customer being. What is the function? The function is normally noted in form of verb and noun. For example, the washing machine function is to clean fabric, and your rotor function is to generate to transmit power or transmit motion. So you need to understand what function the customer is buying and what function does he really want and need. So if the customer do not want any coating, but even though coating is very important, sometimes if they do not want coating or if they want alternate type of coating. So currently, what coating you are using for rotor?
This is CED.
Okay, ultra deposition coating, right?
Sorry? Yeah, electrode deposition. Yes, yes.
So if in case if your customer is having some alternate type of coating requirement, then you need to provide that. Even if the cost gets increased, also you need to provide that. But that cost increase you can highlight to the customer also. Basically, what customer they want, what function does he really want, you need to provide. This is the example of a cycle. You might have seen the cycle with having the seat at the back, and sometimes this pedal may not be there. One seat at the back and one driver seat may be there, and this is an example where you need to give the function to the customer what he really wants. So here the
Yes.
function of the cycle, the customer wants the ladder type of thing at the front rather than the seat at the back. So you need to understand the customer requirement, and then you need to give what they want or what they need. And if the functions are not appreciated or not required, then you don't need to provide. If the rotor does not want any coating, or if they do not want to have the rotor having a higher thickness, so if it is not appreciated or not required, then you don't need to provide that. And you should also understand, the company should also look at what cost effective ways that they can provide to achieve the functions. So what resource, like in what way you can reduce the resource while you are achieving the particular function. Its value can also be increased or improved by reducing the risk for the given project, by improving the schedule or delivery of a project. Even you can look for ELA production for a given project or product. Suppose if your vehicle is getting launched or your product is getting launched in the year April 2021, so you can also reduce the project schedule without any compromise on the quality, and improvement in health, safety, and environmental norms. So you, as being a manufacturing company, you have a lot of equipments, machineries, um, even the casting thing. Here, the health and safety is also very important. So if your employee is getting accident, then it may lead to lower productivity, or it may reduce the cycle time because of that particular accident. So you need to provide the safety and health utmost priority to your employees as well, so that you can increase the value for your product. And again, the environmental things is very important. And the most important thing is reducing the maintenance cost for your product. So you have different type of maintenance, like breakdown maintenance, scheduled maintenance, preventive maintenance, productive maintenance. So you need to reduce the maintenance cost so that your efficiency in production or the cycle time gets increased. Sorry, cycle time gets reduced. Suppose if your machine is break down for 1 hour, then that one particular 1 hour you will lose the production, and also you not only lose the production but also you do some maintenance work with some money. Even you are increasing the money and reducing the efficiency and increasing the cycle time, so that this is not creating the value. So what you need to do is that you need to increase the efficiency by reducing the maintenance cost, or reducing the breakdown time. And if you reduce that, then you can increase the value to the product. And you can also increase by ways of procurement. Suppose raw material what you are getting from your supplier, you can change the supplier. You can also change the procurement method for the particular project or a product or process. And the most thing is that you need to evaluate the market condition. So you need to understand what your customer, what your competitor is doing that, and what you need to understand the market. You need to evaluate the market conditions. Then you need to look for it.
What comes under the evaluating market condition?
Okay, so for your rotor, you can take what your customer wants, like with respect to the noise level, or with respect to the thickness of the rotor, or the dimensions, and again some aesthetic improvements. You need to evaluate the market conditions, or the customer what they really want. And again, you also need to understand your competitor. Like you need to evaluate your product with your competitor product, how they are also manufacturing the same similar product. Even you can also look for changing the manufacturing process also. Like you might sometimes some parts can be made either of cast iron, or it can be made up of sintered one. So you need to understand what your competitor, how they are manufacturing the same product without any compromise on the function. So
So it is more of a product design perspective.
not only design, and also it is also based on the performance, and it's also based on the cost. So you need to evaluate the market in all the ways. not only the design, but also cost and also the performance. So you can also look for the better performance. Even the materials also, like you can look for some alternate material. Even you can add some titanium content where you can increase the thermomechanical failure will not happen for your rotor.
These all things come under design only, I think.
Yeah, it's basically design, but you need to understand the market condition not only by design but also the performance or the volume. Basically, even the volume also comes into picture. So suppose your customer will give the volume requirement, maybe 1,000 per day or 500 per day, and you might have two similar customer where the volume may be different, and sometimes it may not be possible for you to meet the customer requirement. So you can also look whether you need to buy the same rotor from outside and you can give to customer, or you can manufacture that particular rotor in-house. So make or buy decision can also happen here. uh, so basically you need to evaluate the market condition so that you can increase the value.
In all these things we are having challenge is this, that uh, material source is defined, I cannot change by myself. Whenever I change any source, I have to intimate to my customer, and at that point of time customer asks, give me the cost reduction.
Mhm,
Ask.
mhm.
Whenever you tell them that our computer is using this process which is cheaper, okay,
Okay. Mhm.
then they go with the experiments and validation. That is fine to them, and no issue in that. But they for every penny they ask cost reduction. you
Exactly.
you will not get anything out of that, whatever you are doing. Yes, but you are confirming your customer that you are by reducing the cost, you are retaining your customer in long term. Yes, that is there. Otherwise, by doing any reduction, our organization is not getting anything.
Mhm.
The only thing is we are retaining our customer.
Exactly. Yeah. You are right. What you said is right. Uh, Whether my screen is visible? Hello? Hello?
It is okay. It is okay.
Okay. So there are different ways where you can apply in your company. Uh, See, you can look for localization of your product where you can increase the value by reducing the cost. So you manufacture different products for your company. If you do localization, then you can reduce the cost by increasing the value. And you can also look for some supplier change or procurement method, which means basically supplier change also, or even the material change. Material composition also you can vary. You can do some design optimization. You can do some over engineering kind of thing. And this make or buy decision also you can look. And you can also categorize the value engineering ideas as easy and difficult to implement with high and low savings. So you can categorize it's easy to implement with high cost, and it is easy to implement with low cost. It is difficult to implement with high and low cost. So you can categorize accordingly. And again, you can get the ideas from the designers through tolerance stack-up analysis. You can also get the ideas from supplier how you can how you can reduce the cost. Basically, not only the cost but the function without any compromise on function. Sometimes, if you have the consultants or experts, you can get their opinion. You can also get the ideas from your own customer also. Okay, you can also speak with your own customer and you can get it. And if in case any failure is happening for your rotor, either internal failure or external failure, Then you will do some brainstorming session where you can come up with some ideas where the failure will not happen. And ideas can also come from your own quality team or your supplier or your customer quality team or a supplier quality team. And it can be a purchase or it can be a costing. So ideas can also come from the service team or a warranty team. Ideas can also come from through workshop. We are conducting some workshop today or training program. But if you involve some brainstorming session, we can also come with some ideas. And based on the volume, return on investment, payback period, and based on the cost analysis, also you can increase the value. Benchmark analysis, even you can do the tear down. So normally in OEMs and the big companies, what we do is that we do the tear down activities where we completely dismantle the engine, transmission, gearbox, or the brakes, whatever it is. So what we do is that we do the tear down analysis, then we compare the benchmark with the existing product and also the competitor product. And while doing tear down, what we do is that we also try to understand the process or the manufacturing of the particular product. We try to get the drawing, try to get understand of how the particular product is being made up of, how the process they carry out, and we try to understand all the things while doing the tear down. Then we can also do the reverse engineering or re-engineering for the product, and we can also do should cost analysis. So with the help of that, we can also increase the value. And sometimes the idea can also come from the top management with respect to the project, product, or process. So the important thing, you can also achieve the value methodology using functional analysis. So this I will tell you how you can increase the value. So these are the different ways where you can increase the value for your products. Okay. So you have some thought process for the value engineering or value methodology. So what is the product or the process? You need to understand the product. You need to understand the process. You need to understand the facility, service, etc. You need to understand what does it do and what must it do. What does the rotor do and what must it do, and what does it cost and what should it cost. So you said it is 200 rupees, and what will be the should cost? You also do should cost in your company?
No, no.
Okay. Should cost is the cost which involves the material cost, labor cost, overhead cost, and all these costs you need to put for your product, and it can be something 180 or 190 can be there, and this would do should costing wherein you can also reduce the cost.
We do it independent of product. We do our manpower cost
Mhm.
and material cost. That we do independent of particular product.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. And how else you can achieve the function in a better way? how does the competitor, like your competitor, they manufacture or they carry out the design for this particular thing, and what are the cost of the alternative, what are all the advantages, disadvantages, and risk. You need to understand all these things. Okay. So now the thinking, who is responsible for increasing the value? Is it the quality department alone, or design department, or a development department, or a testing department, or a top management? So here the responsibility lies with everybody. So where they need to increase the value and also the quality. The product life cycle is having different cycle. Start with concept phase, design phase, then validation phase, pre-production, and then production.
Yes.
So I was explaining you this value engineering starts with the concept stage. So you can have very good net saving when you're implementing the value engineering for a product, and then saving gets reduced, and stages are also getting increased from concept to design and design to pre-production and production. And also you need to implement the ideas with respect to value engineering. So say for example, if you are converting a material from aluminum to plastic, then you need to do some testing, and you need to invest some money even for testing also. But if you are converting aluminum to plastic at the start of the concept stage itself, then you can reduce the implementation cost because testing cost will be lesser initially. And if you do any modification here or after implementation or after production, if you do value analysis, what happens is that again you need to test, again you need to involve some money for uh, for some design, development, testing, prototype. You need to invest some money again. So that's why the total cost of implementation gets increased with respect to the stages gets increased. The best way to implement the value methodology is during the start or during the concept stage. This value methodology is applicable in everywhere. It's not restricted to one particular area alone, only automobile or mechanical alone, but is applied all across. Even this can be applied in IT, information technology, to reduce the cost of the software, healthcare, supply chain, logistics, education and research, management, sales and marketing, military application, energy, public service, manufacturing, finance, even finance banking also can use this. Okay. So the job plan here, what we have is we start with the pre-workshop phase where we select what product we need to carry out. Say for example, you can also select today some product for your company, and we will do some exercise. We start with some information phase where we need to collect the information about the product. We need to collect the cost. We need to do some benchmark with respect to the product. We need to get the bill of material. So Rotor is having only one bill of material. Suppose if we have some big assemblies where it is having some three, four parts, even you can take that as an example. And we need to go for a next phase called function phase, where we need to identify the basic function of the product. Uh, if you have three parts in the product, then you need to understand the individual basic functions and function. So you said the basic function of a rotor is to transmit power. So like that, you need to understand what is the function of your subparts or your parts, and then you this next is very quite interesting called creativity phase. You need to create ideas for the functions whatever you have created in the function phase, and you will get innovative ideas. Then that ideas needs to be evaluated. So here all you need to do is that you need to involve all cross-functional team from starting to the end. because the ideas can come from your cost functional team, technical ideas, cost ideas, financial thing. So it is always good to involve the top management along with our cross-functional team to achieve the value improvement or value methodology. So and then the next one is the evaluation phase where we evaluate the ideas, whatever you have created. Next is the development phase where you do the CAE, CFD, simulation, 3D drawing, testing. And the next one is the presentation phase where you present the ideas to the top management. And after presentation, what you do is that you implement ideas, and you also need to follow. You need to do some audit to ensure that your product is not going to get failed. You also need to document whatever you have done for the future learning. So in function phase, we have different type of function like one-time function, all-time function, project objective, basic function, secondary function, higher order function, lower order function. All these functions are being represented with the help of a diagram called FAST diagram, functional analysis, systematic technique diagram. This function phase is the heart for this value methodology. Using this function, we can look for the creativity. Here we also go with function cost worth analysis, where we understand the individual function, what is the function cost and what is the function worth. So as I said, if the worth and the cost gap is more, then we need to look for the value in the product or a function. So you need to understand what is the function cost and what is the function worth. So if the gap between function cost and function worth is higher, then you need to look for the potential value improvement. And function cost and the ratio between function cost and function worth is also called as value index. So higher the value index, you should also look for increasing the value to the product. So it is again a red alarm situation for the company to reduce the gap and also to reduce the value index. Basically, you can also carry out like this. You can do some pre-study by collecting some information for your product. You can get some DFMA inputs, quality inputs, marketing inputs, procurement inputs, benchmark inputs. You can do this 2 weeks basically before any workshop. Uh, that you can conduct this in your own company also. And again, this is a 3-day value methodology workshop. This is for certification point of view. Today you are undergoing 1-day workshop or 1-day training. So I also conduct 3-day workshop, uh, wherein you will also get the certification called where it's not a certification. You will get a certification from my side that you have completed a 3 days workshop. And after this, you can also undergo some examination from Society of American Value Engineering. So you can also write some online examination called Value Methodology Associate. Just that I can help you for that also. And and again, this you can apply in your own company. Apart from the certification or the training, what I told, what you can do is that you can form the team in your own company, and you can carry out the function analysis for your product. And even it's not only for product, even you can take some of your manufacturing process also. How we can reduce the cycle time, how we can improve the value. And next phase is the idea generation or creativity phase, where you create ideas, then you evaluate the ideas. You can also prioritize the ideas based on high value, low value items. The next one is that you need to develop the ideas, the help of the testing and analysis, etc. Just you need to present the ideas to your top management. Top management is accepting it, then you implement and follow. If your top management is not accepting, then either you drop the ideas or again you re-evaluate the ideas. So you have three stages. One is the pre-workshop stage, basically the orientation phase, and the post-workshop is basically the implementation thing and follow-up. And this is very important thing. Okay, how you can define the function is quite interesting. See, this is the cup. The basic function or the function is normally used in two words. One is verb and noun. The function of this cup is to contain liquid. It will contain liquid. That is the function. Okay. This pencil. The pencil function is to make mark. That is the function for which the customer is buying. Okay. This eraser is extra function. The function the customer is not buying the pencil for erasing the mark, but to make mark. You can see I give an example of a value. Assume that this pencil cost is 5 rupees. This eraser can be the extra function where I am giving extra functions with the same 5 rupees also. So I am providing the value. So you can think in different angle, but you need to ensure that function is not going to get affected. This is a check. Okay, a basic function why this check is required is to authorize payment. Okay, a door, it provide access. In prison, it will also control access. In office, it will exclude noise. In home, it will provide security. These are the basic function or the function. So take the example of a washing machine. It remove dirt. You should have a verb and noun combination. It will also rinse contents. It will extract water. You take the example of a bulb, incandescent bulb. The function is to produce light, to receive current. It is also having filament. It's also protect filament. It should also provide decoration. This is the bottle for drinking the cold water or cold drink. So the basic function of a bottle is to hold liquid. Okay. So the other function indicates how you are going to facilitate drinking. Like I can use straw or I cannot. I no need to use straw. So how you are going to look into it? Okay. So how to identify any function? I said one verb is nothing but active verb and measurable noun. And you should use only two words to describe a function, an action verb and measurable noun. It should be general as possible to encourage. This will help to encourage the creativity. Example: the motor function is to convert energy, transmission function is to transfer torque, and pump function is to generate pressure. These are some of the active verb and measurable noun that you can use it for products. Um, the green indicates the cell function, and the black is indicating the work function. So I said your function should work, and also you should make your product to sell. But this is just an idea of how you can select a verb and noun. The more you practice, you can get well versed with this. This is for a product, this is for a process, and this for project. I can also send this to you. Okay. The next very important thing is that the fast diagram or function analysis systematic diagram. This is the heart of the function phase, or the function phase is the heart of the value methodology. we start with the basic function, and after basic function we should also ask the question why the basic function is required, why it is required. Then that is nothing but a higher order function. Then you should follow how technique, how the higher order can be achieved, higher order function can be achieved with the help of the basic function. How the basic function can be achieved with the help of all the secondary function. And lower order function is the one is the that is again out of scope. And how you can achieve, or why you need to achieve the lower order function. So here basically you follow how and why technique. I will give some examples so that it will be easy for you to understand. And here you need to put the project objective.
Like I would like to give one example. Like bottle. Higher order of function is for bottle is to contain water, and lower order of function is to facilitate drinking. Is it?
No.
Okay.
One second. Okay, the basic function is to hold liquid. Okay, so this is the basic function. Okay, why you need to hold liquid? Why it is required? Why why it needs to have a liquid in it? Or I will. Okay, so for example, it can be a form of a juice, or it can be some coffee or any beverages. Okay, so here I am going to drink whatever it is there in that bottle. So why it needs to answer the question called why. Why it needs to contain the liquid in it? Why it is required? You need to answer the question why. Because to facilitate drinking, uh, it can be either a secondary function or it can be a higher order function. What you said is correct, but you need to go for a micro level information about the product. That is possible only with the help of the cross-functional team or a multidisciplinary team. Say for example, uh, your basic function for your rotor is to generate motion or transmit power. Um, how it why to transmit power, or why to transmit motion or generate motion to transmit power? Or I can tell the basic function of of a rotor is to transmit power. Why to transmit power? To increase efficiency, or improve efficiency, or enhance productivity. So this can be the higher order function. But for higher order function, you are not going to pay any money. You are not going to pay any money. The customer like the manufacturer is not going to pay any money. Okay, and again it is again a subjective one. But you are going to start the product considering the basic function and then the secondary function, and you are not going to consider either higher order function or lower order function. Say for example, if you are buying any laptop, okay, if you are buying any laptop, this will enhance the company output or productivity. It will improve the productivity. It will enhance the business. But for that, the company is not paying any money or spending any money. Similarly, you have the charger in the laptop, where you put that charger into the switch plug, and you put the current, uh, and for supplying current which is the lower function, because without current or without power you cannot on the laptop. But still this is a lower order function, because the company, it is out of scope. Again, it is out of scope. So you need to understand what is the higher order function, lower order function, which is not in the scope, And what is there in the scope is basic function. And again, what you said is also correct. Facilitate drinking can be higher order function because the company is not going to spend money, because how you drink is up to the customer. But the company can look whether they need to provide the straw, or without straw they can supply to the customer. Um, Facilitated drinking can be either the higher order function, or the one time function, because if they provide straw it is a one time function. And what is the objective of the water bottle? They need to manufacture the water bottle with some specification, the length, breadth, and then the volume, and it should have better strength. And what is the all-time function? Okay, all-time function is the one you need to ensure safety, because if it is exposed to some atmosphere or something, sunlight, the water bottle, even you have a lot of drugs in it, sometimes like the medicine also. So you need to provide safety for your product. Ensure safety is also a all-time function. And the warranty, you need to give warranty all time. It should be like, even though it is a 2 year or 1 year, you need to give the warranty. Even for medical applications, the expiry date, all these things you need to give. And it should follow the how and why logic. When you go from this scope line, this is a scope line, left and right. When you go from the left to right, you follow how logic, and when you go from right to left, you follow why logic. So I'm taking an example of a screwdriver. How it looks, screwdriver. See, what does the screwdriver do? Normally do it deliver torque, transmit torque, it withstand torque, and it will also receive torque. So first, what you need to do is that you need to write all the function of your product. So here the product is screwdriver. So it deliver torque, it transmit torque, withstand torque, and also it receives torque. The next step, what you have to do is that step 2 is you need to identify the basic function. So basic function is the one which is very important, and when it is taken out from the component, the existence of the product becomes obsolete. So the basic function of a screwdriver is to deliver torque. Next, what you have to do is that you have to list all the components in the screwdriver. Like we have different components like pin, screw, handle, blade. If in case any sub-assembly, you need to look into it. And again, you have different feature in the screwdriver. So blade is having the chisel, diameter, length, hole, plating. You need to understand what is the feature of the individual parts of your assembly. Blade is having 5 features. And, you need to understand basic function of a blade. Why the blade is required: to deliver torque, to shoot slot, to withstand torque, to ensure approach, to transmit torque, and it will also prevent rust. Okay, it will also allow pin. So you need to categorize that as a basic function, scientific function. The function of the blade here is been defined in 2 words. One is verb and noun. So again, it should be feature wise. Similarly, for other components like blade, handle, sleeve, pin, you need to put what is the basic function, scientific function, and then you can consolidate the functions with respect to the components or the parts. Like the blade will have this much functions, and handle will have a function like allow pin, receive torque. This will help to consolidate the summary. And then next you have to go for a fast diagram. You have to follow how logic and why logic. The basic function of a screwdriver is to deliver torque. Why to deliver torque? Next is the higher order function called to drive screw. I need to deliver torque. So first two step is over. Like first is the basic function. Next one is the higher order function. This we have completed. And the project objective is the 5 Newton meter torque. Then you can list the project objective. So when I say left scope line, right scope line, it follow how and why logic. And there is logic called when logic. It's a supportive function where the function will occur simultaneously. So when you can deliver torque at the time of shooting the slot. So how to deliver torque? By transmitting torque. When to transmit torque? By ensuring approach by withstanding torque. So again, how you can transmit torque? By receiving torque. When to receive torque? At the time of preventing crack. How to receive torque? To operate the screwdriver. So these are one time and all time function. To prevent rest, allow pin is the one time. You need to protect and you need to join the components all time function. So now I'm following the why logic. See why to operate screwdriver to receive torque, to transmit torque, deliver torque, and also to drive screw. So the scope of the project lies between left scope line and right scope line. This is the fast diagram which is nothing but functional analysis systematic technique diagram for a screwdriver. Okay. So now we will take some examples so that it will be easy for you also.